He's the IT director.
Set to go.
Good night.
Yeah.
All right, and regular sheet. Wait, all right, it is 9:08, going to call the order. Do a roll call, please.
Yes, Chief Joy,
Present.
Chief Black,
Present.
Chief Frost, absent. Sheriff Mendoza, absent. Chief Moya.
Here.
Manager Scott,
Here.
Manager Schaefer,
Here.
Member Wheeler. Absent, at the moment, Chair, you have a quorum.
For that. All right, do approval of the agenda. Anyone in opposition? Can I move that way? Or do individual
A
vote?
motion to approve the.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
All right. Here's the fun stuff. All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Is there any opposed?
We do a roll call vote because we have.
Do
some
that way?
people
All
online.
right.
Sure. Because we have some people online.
So have you guys,
Okay, roll call vote for approval of the agenda. Chief Black,
Yes.
Chief Moya,
Yes.
Manager Scott,
Yes.
Manager Schaefer,
Yes.
Chief Joy.
yes,
The motion has been approved.
all right. Do the same thing to get a motion to, for the approval of meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the meetings minutes from March 20th.
Second.
Okay. Chief Moya,
Yes.
Manager Scott,
Yes.
Manager Schaefer,
Yes.
Chief Joy,
Yes,
and Chief Black.
Yes.
The motion has been approved.
and do we have anyone from public comment? Or from the public to make comment?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Do we have anything on consent agenda? Okay. So we're down to presentations. Correct? Yes?
Yes.
All right, we can correct here. All right. Deputy Director Gonzalez.
So I've been putting together the meetings for the RECC Technology Subcommittee. The subcommittee has held 4 meetings so far, starting in February, including one that we visited Albuquerque, City of Albuquerque Communication Center and Rio Rancho Communication Center. They provided the demonstration for their CAD systems and how they operate. The info on the CAD discussions has been occurring, so we might be doing a little bit more than just those 2 currently. But the CAD site visit to APD, they do use a Motorola P1. They do accurate timestamps, which I think they were having issues with the timestamps and with the between their calling information and their CAD input. They're having problems with their automatic number information imports into CAD as well. When we visited the CAD site to Rio Rancho, they use Mark 43. It's like the AS400, the old AS400 CAD that we used to have. This one felt more comfortable looking at because we can build it out to however we wanted it to look. It uses a hyperlink, so when we use the hyperlink, we can, if the software would go down, we can go to utilize another laptop in a different spot, in a different location. We use the hyperlink to log into the CAD system, and we could take the calls from there, put any call information as well in there. They're not sure how it works with the ADL yet. It doesn't go live until July 1st. So when they go live on July 1st, they're going to invite us over for a training, just to sit in and see how it works and see if it would fit in with this as well. We'll work closely with the subcommittee to define the scope of work and issue a request for a proposal. Once funding is secured, the RFP process will first be used to pre-qualify potential vendors and then evaluate product demonstrations, allowing us to carefully consider all available options before selecting the system. In the meantime, we will continue visiting other government agencies throughout the state to learn how the system is working in their facilities. In order to comply with the New Mexico State Procurement Code, we are required to follow the RFP process to ensure a fair competitive selection. And in addition to the CAD, we also talked about in the subcommittee meeting is implementing a phone tree system. This is going to go through Rapid SOS, which is the phone tree. We were grandfathered in to this through Rapid SOS, so we can build it out to however we want it as soon as it goes live. And we'll have more information when the time comes as well for that. Subcommittee member Lieutenant Chris McCord shared his expertise on the implementation of Axon technologies, which provide access to reports and lapel camera footage to enhance officer safety. Additionally, the Santa Fe PED plans to integrate shot spotter data with drone deployments, allowing drones to be dispatched directly into the incident locations. We will work with Santa Fe PD to define RECC's roles in these systems and as the implementation begins. We did go out to a demonstration of the drones last week. I think it was Thursday. They did a demonstration of 2 drones. They had a trailer. They had the drone in the back. They deployed the drone. They went over to Smith's, have a full out video of what it would look like, how fast these drones go, what they can do. It was pretty amazing. So we went to go check that out. And for the next monthly subcommittee meeting, we will focus on reviewing the findings from the CAD systems. We recently previewed and discussing additional centers that may be worth considering visiting. Account Services Director Madi Martinez will be joining us with that meeting. She'll present the Santa Fe County procurement procedures and the state laws regarding procurement for what we would have to do any demos or anything. So.
So rear entry uses Mark 43. I'm sorry, what one does APD use?
It's Motorola P1.
Okay. It sounds like they're not still struggling with Motorola.
I have comments on that, but
Are we allowed to comment on it?
I mean, they do have their issues with P1.
Aside from the timing stuff and the with it otherwise pretty good.
It works pretty good for them, but they do have their issues on the back end as well in customer service. But all they've been having.
And the Mark 43, is that an RMS as well or just a CAD?
It could be both. So, who was it? Julia Youngling.
She's there.
She is there.
Yeah, if you can hear me.
Yeah. So the CAD and the RMS can work together, correct? With the Mark 43.
With the Axon?
Mark 43.
Does it have the?
Right. But are you asking, does Axon integrate with Mark 43?
That was gonna be my next question, actually. Yeah. I don't know
They weren't sure, but they said there is a ton that they do integrate with, so they didn't doubt it, but they weren't sure when we were just asking them.
At the county, are they still using one solution? Or,
Yes,
okay. Are they gonna, or do we know if they're sticking with that or are they transitioning?
I haven't heard otherwise.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. They said that Sandoval County kept the contract and they're continuing the contract for one solution.
Are you talking about?
If-
Santa-
I'm sorry, I was asking about Santa Fe County. This,
Yeah, I haven't
Back
heard.
to myself.
That's okay. I haven't heard if they have any intent to switch. I haven't heard.
Okay.
So I don't know.
so I guess that would be the next question. If either one of those systems can integrate into both.
Yeah, so I believe we were told that Mark 43 integrates with Axon really well, but I haven't heard about one solution.
Any other question?
So a question for you, Frankie. Are we looking at doing this FY27? It's not in our FY26 request, correct? So what is our time frame that we're looking at?
currently we're taking our time with it. We're not too sure because of what the funding will be look like at the time. But we're just currently just visiting sites and seeing what heads that would fit here in RECC and San Diego County as well.
So just preliminary research really, and then we're also hoping that with the 911 tax increase that DFA intends to purchase CAD systems for government entities. So we're going to see what that looks like. That way we don't have to put that burden on our entities if DFA is willing to pay for it.
I just know when we upgraded to one solution, it was a huge lift, and took a lot, and took a lot of personnel time and energy, I think, from all of our agencies. So this is just something to be aware of for us to understand when that time frame and what that time commitment.
We've been having a lot of input from Jason, the city IT with Eric. Also, Nestor with Santa Fe County Fire. They've been adding a lot of input, so it's been helping a lot. So
Yeah, we'll definitely take more caution with implementation.
go ahead, man.
I don't know if I was recognized. This is Greg Schaefer speaking. And just to that point, Director Lujan and Deputy Director, the sooner that you have ballpark, estimates, and again, it can be a range relative to what the, capital costs might be and what the contribution of the parties might be. If you could share that, just so that we can start forward-looking, budgeting in terms of anticipating those expenses, that'd be great. I imagine, Manager Scott would appreciate if, 2 years to plan for a, $2 to $3 million, purchase, if that's what we're talking about, as would I as well. Again, just the more advanced warning that we can have to start planning for that purchase, the better. My recollection is that when the current CAD system was purchased, and I could be misremembering, but, cost was a significant, influencer, as I recall it. And again, I could be mistaken relative to the system that was ultimately chosen. And I don't think we want to put ourselves back in that position. I think we want to make the decision that's best for our public safety agencies and our joint agencies. So again, the longer runway we have to plan for that large expenditure, the better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Anyone else? On to matter from RECC Director.
Thank you. So we'll go over the public safety reports for March, April, and May. So in March 2025, we handled 26,214 phone calls. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Total telephone calls received via 911. This is, I'm sorry, that's the May, but I'm just verbalizing the March reports if that's okay. Total telephone calls handled received via 911, 6,319. Telephone calls received via 9885. Santa Fe County calls for service 7,401. City of Santa Fe calls for service 8,454. And Town of Edgewood calls for service 745. 911 calls answered within 0 to 15 seconds. We hit 91%, which is again above the national standards. So we've met that criteria several months in a row now. For April, total telephone calls handled 27,184. Total telephone calls received via 911, 6,238. Telephone calls received via 987. Santa Fe County calls for service 6,605. City of Santa Fe calls for service 9,106. Town of Edgewood calls for service 813. And then looking at May, we do see a large increase here. So 29,606 total calls handled, 7,355 total calls via 911. Telephone calls for service received via 987. And then Santa Fe County calls for service 7,734. City of Santa Fe calls for service 10,260. And Town of Edgewood calls for service 839. And I'm really proud of the staff because they still maintain the calls answered within 0 to 15 seconds at 90%, despite a significant increase here. We're looking at almost 1,000 911 call increase, and they still answer within the national standards. So they don't have to stand for any questions regarding the safety report.
988 is still below 7, is that about the same?
Yeah, so it's between 5 and 7 on average per month. And when we talk to other agencies, I've talked to other agencies, and that's about the average for them too. It's pretty low, which is great, which means that 988 is effective because they're handling their calls within their center and not having to transfer out to 911. It's a good sign.
Questions for Dirk? That report?
Yes. So we've held steady at 10 vacancies the past few months, but I'm happy to say that we do have 2 experienced dispatchers coming on board June 28th. One is from Bernalillo County with several years of experience, and the other one is from Tularosa Basin Dispatch Authority, also with a few years of experience. And we're looking forward to getting them on board and trained. Happy to introduce them to you all. So we'll definitely do that for sure. I'll keep you updated on their progress, but it sounds promising.
What would that put your vacancy rate to?
It would be at 17.3%, 8 vacancies.
What were you in your highest?
64% when I came on board.
So work done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very little turnover.
Yes, the turnover rate is,
And that's and as important as bringing on new people, it's important to keep the people that you have and not lose folks. That's important.
thank you.
Awesome. More questions on the staffing report? Update on the status of the fiscal year. 6 budgets.
Okay, so right now on the county side, we got our preliminary operational budget approved countywide, and we're awaiting the BCC review and approval of the total budget, including capital. We should have that information after the July 8th BCC meeting. So we'll find out about that. And then I was hoping for feedback from the entities that are here, the city, where the progress is on your budgets, or if the items that we presented as capital items are going to be approved on your side, or if you have any word on that.
Yeah, the only thing I would like is if we can have Eric speak to that bill that we currently are owing you guys. That's why I had Eric join us today, and we can start with that one.
Sure, yeah, I have that written down as well. I was just going to ask who we contact for the next fiscal year for invoices, and who we should contact for this current fiscal year's invoices.
Director Kenneally.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Chief Moya, Chief Joy. So the current invoices that we currently have, we've paid the 2 smaller ones. We're working with finance to get the right budgeting line item so we could pay the bigger portion of the balance. And then going forward for next fiscal year, you can just continue to submit those invoices over to ITT, and we'll work through that process.
Thank you. And then I think I just want to confirm that you've received the current fiscal year's invoices, or if not, if we need to send them to you, please let me know.
Okay, will do. I'll double check, but so far I haven't heard that we haven't, so.
Thank you.
I think the other question would be for
Manager Scott.
Manager Scott, if he's back on. I know us 3 are on the same page. We just are waiting for one-time funding from next fiscal year to have that conversation about the 856,000 for the big ticket item.
Okay. Manager Scott, are you there?
Careful with.
So I'm sorry, just to clarify, for the items that RECC requested, you're just waiting on approval?
Approval, yeah. It's on top of Manager Scott's one-time funding.
Oh.
So that's the number 1 priority, so.
Sounds good. That's all I have for
Any other questions for Director Lujan? Management Board, introduction of Chief Frost, not here. Take that to the next one. Anyone other Management Board? Bring to look at the screen. And that's from our RECC attorney.
Nothing for me, thank you, Chester.
Sure. We're back to the including business, unless I'm missing something. Someone to jump in, final thoughts, inspirational words, encouraging, eye of the tiger, all that.
I'll say something. That we're trying to get like credit status. So there's only one group in the country, in the state that has, and that's Farmington. It's called ACE, and we're getting better. So we attempted a couple of training sessions and just trying to empower the dispatchers and the call takers to just be the best they can and focus on where their deficits are. We've been reviewing calls with them. We've had open discussions with them. And I expect over the next year, so that's going to catch on. Trying to increase some training, so there's like almost like a shift manager that can, knowledgeable with questions that people may have, so the more inexperienced call takers can have somebody to rely on in real time. And I think we're already seeing some progress. So
Let's keep hyping up Director Lujan and his team, considering what you inherited and what you can do and where we're at now. It's very impressive.
I mean, the morale is very good at these meetings. It's interesting to see how engaged they are, and it's not just a bunch of apathetic people staring off into space. People want to get better. So with that prove, I suspect that we're going to see improvement.
I don't need a motion to conclude.
No, you can declare the meeting adjourned.
All right, we are adjourned. Everybody.